been working on. Hi, I'm Christopher Herring with Global Chamber Texas. We are here in our meetup talking about all things Texas. As you know, we've gone through some severe storms. If you aren't aware, Texas has experienced a lot of flooding, and we're not only praying for Texans, but we're also hoping that people can volunteer and support where need be, because people are still coming out of the high water. Um, Before I get started, really, I want to show you because we have our president and founder Doug Brunke on. This is a Texas Employer Pressure Index that my company recently developed, and it's significant because in this day of data, it's important for us to know that we can actually see the patterns of how um, we've evolved. And I'm doing some special work right now for uh, Josie Garcia in House District 124. She wanted to kind of know more about her area, but this is an example of a map in which I created based off of certain indexes and so forth that help to shape our understanding. So in her house district, 124, lots of pressure. It's a poverty zone. She actually has a median income for her population of like $31,000. So when she came to me and asked, um, what is it that we can learn from data? We can learn a lot. We can learn a lot. And, what does data look like? And that was another question that someone had for me, and just wanted to allow, allow you to see what goes into all of this. Um, when you look at a computer's hard drive, um, you can actually see that in order to make that one map, you would need data sets like this. And so this is like a view of my hard drive. And basically you can see that these are CSV files. And these files contain, data from zip codes to counties to whatever. But together, put it together, it forms a story. So today I have Sarah Lucy on. Sarah is the president of our Rotary, and she just was sworn in, had her first meeting on the south side of San Antonio. Sarah, you can unmute. And it was good because she had a full house. Sarah, please introduce yourself. You've been great support, board member of Global Chamber San Antonio since I think what
2018.
yeah. So
Yeah.
how are you today? Tell us about what's going on in San Antonio.
Uh, I'm doing well, and we might get out there and have boots on the ground for the floods tomorrow, and take some food out there to some of these cities that don't have emergency funds. And there's a lot of little cities in Texas, and they just don't have the support. So that's what's on my brain right now. That we just had you as a speaker, Christopher, at my first presiding meeting for Rotary Club of San Antonio South. And so we're a high poverty area, and I'm looking forward to creating a food pantry
Yeah.
that will perpetually be there because we need more food and we need more support on our side of town as well as east and west sides and all the small cities outside of San Antonio as well.
All right, Sarah. So you have to make the introduction of your cat because uh, your cat's global right now. So please tell us.
This
uh,
is Lily Love.
Gotcha.
Lily Love. Actually, I got her donating toys to a family in Christmas, and they were going to be evicted, and I inherited a cat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good to meet you, Lily Love. Um, that's beautiful. So,
Yes.
so Sarah, first of all, let me step back. So you had a very successful impact that you did without even knowing it. During COVID, you were literally boots on the ground, and you started a street campaign, street news campaign.
Yes.
And you rallied people during COVID to be generous, to donate, to receive, and you created a whole environment on social media, which I think granted you the ability to have like the first or second largest social media group that was assembled based off of meeting people's needs.
Yes.
Did I describe that accurately?
Yes, you did. So I rallied people together and went boots on the ground and said, if everybody just starts with your street, we can cover all of San Antonio. And I have a Facebook group that coincides with the boots on the ground efforts, and it's reached 160,000 people. And we're still on there helping each other, especially in times of emergency needs. So we had
Yeah.
floods in our city,
Mhm.
and and they're helping that gentleman again. It's beautiful to watch everybody come together.
Yeah, and I think that, when we think about Texas, we think about those areas that the campers were at a year ago, and the floods came in. And, when I look at the development of Texas, business is really strong, it's really good, but sometimes there's an oversight of ensuring that, that we're not running over the protections that are in place, the things in which actually have been safeguards. And so I saw that in the camp area that again those areas were hit pretty hard over the last 2 days. And as a reminder, we may think that we can build anywhere and everywhere, but God certainly has the final say.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And Mother Nature is powerful. um, so, uh,
Indeed,
we,
indeed.
but we can be powerful too when we come together. So I think it's a beautiful thing, that out of disaster, we we build community. So.
So now you are the president of the South San Antonio Rotary.
Mhm.
Please tell our audience, for those who aren't familiar with the Rotary, tell us about what your mission, is, and um, what do you have as your vision for the Rotary organization?
So Rotary Club is the largest community service organization based in the world. So their core uh, things that they work on are mothers, children, disease prevention, clean water, and world peace, which everything is involved in world peace. And we do some amazing things around the world. It is global. And so, since I have been a part of Global Chamber since 2018, and our focus, I don't want it just to be in San Antonio for the year that I'm president. It just started in July till next July. I want to incorporate, you know, all of our connections here, because we only can grow stronger that way. And we have a lot of multicultural, diversity in San Antonio. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to bringing people together. I know that this is more business based, but I mean, business, that's how we grow our economies. That's how we stay healthy. And it's very important for us to connect with each other and also to give back to our neighbors. And so I think it's a beautiful relationship to have both networks, and hopefully we they can coincide with each other this year. So.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. What do you find, and I think that when we look at infrastructure, so why does like the South San Antonio side have flooding to the degree that it has? Are you aware of why?
Well, right now, I think it's the northwest side that has flooding in San Antonio, that what I've seen. We do have our rivers. We have all the paths on the south side, and those, what I would say that one of the biggest issues is like all the trash and debris ends up going into the rivers. So
Hmm.
that would be something that is very necessary to get volunteers, because it takes a lot of manpower. Um, and then there's a couple we like to assist, the organizations to do that. So there's River Aid and the San Antonio River. They have their own section also, but there's a lot of work to be done. And
Yeah.
mhm.
In terms of you had some community service projects that you spoke to my wife and I about um, the other evening last night. Um, what is your vision moving the organization forward? Like, and who would be the most impactful partners that you can put together right now if you had your way in on the south side of San Antonio?
Well, I think that Brooks is on the south side of San Antonio, and it's booming. But to get them involved in more community service, because they kind of stay in this little bubble, and a lot of times. And I would like to see more collaboration and more, reaching our arms around, um, because we can all be assets to each other.
Yeah.
There's a lot of need in Palm Heights area. There's a lot of South Side to cover. But I mean, we can help anywhere. They would be a big asset to to help in our endeavors. We have Adopt a Highway. We have a cleanup area that we've adopted, and we do cleanup on South WW White Road and Military Drive. And it's there's so much more that we can collaborate and get done. Our streets do need to be cleaned, and I think it's about also getting the younger generations involved too. Um,
How do you do that?
um, make it fun, and that's one of our core things too. Is it the truth? And we're service above self, but we have to have fun while we're doing all of this, and that's what brings people together. I mean, these meetings, they're fun, you know and they're educational, but I think meeting in person will be the key to coming together, and fundraising at the same time.
I agree. So I'd like to say again, so this is a meetup. So Amy, Virginia, if you'd like to show yourselves, if you'd like to unmute, please join this conversation because you are welcome. And it takes pressure off of Sarah Lucy as being the only person who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Uh, but Amy, where are you from? Tell us about yourself and your business.
I'm in Houston. Well, actually, at the moment, I'm in Sugar Land, Texas, where
Sugar
life is
Land.
sweeter. Yeah. There is no equal. I work for a law firm, Spencer Fain, and I believe we are members of the Global Chamber in a number of different states. And Mike Patterson asked if I would do this, so I did. I I'm a litigator, but I also am very big in community service. So what you said, Sarah, I actually was with the Sugarland Rotary for a while. I'm in the Exchange Club as well.
Nice.
And the Exchange Club, both of them are very large service organizations. Rotary is international, the largest. Exchange is nationally the largest. And they are not about building business so much as making a difference in the community. So I celebrate and love what you're doing and what you talked about. And that is, we have that responsibility to take care of each other. And if
Yeah.
we are the ones who are lucky to have good things, we shouldn't just keep it all to ourselves. We should help those who really don't have the tools to accomplish what they need.
Mhm.
So it was great hearing you talk about all the different things you're doing. And I do love San Antonio. It's totally fun. So yeah, and Christopher, I take it you're there as well. Houston is very, very different. Sugar Land is population 120,000, or thereabouts. Uh, we have, you know what Houston has. We're certainly a lot of businesses, oil and gas, medical. We've got a huge medical complex. And it's really, I think I'm so proud just to be in Texas, be a Texan, that there's just no
Mhm.
words. I did really enjoy hearing what you said about Nelson Mandela. I think he really was a remarkable man. And what he had to put up with and land on the other side of it is pretty extraordinary. So thank you for talking about that, bringing it to our attention. The bad news is that this kind of got on my calendar after I'd already scheduled a lunch with the judge, and somehow lunch with judge, even if it's local, trumps global chamber. But I
Yes, ma'am.
wanted to be here, and I appreciate your reaching out. And I feel really sorry that I have to bail, but I can't be late for a judge. How do you explain that? Well, there's something more important for our lunch rather than the lunch we've had planned for 1 or 2 months. So I'm like, oh, sorry, guys. So
Attorney Mitchell, what type of law do you practice?
I'm a litigator. I defend people and companies being sued. I also started the oil and gas section for Spencer Fain. Spencer Fain has approximately, or by end of year, we'll have about 800 lawyers across the country in 23 different states.
Wow.
So it was a big deal. I have over 40 members in my oil and gas group, which is the goal is to make Spencer Fain a one-stop shop because we really can handle anything anywhere. The other thing that I've done at Spencer Fain beyond being a defending our clients is I mentor 4 attorneys in 4 different states. And then I also help spearhead a national mentor program for Spencer Fain because I really
Wow.
believe mentoring is critical to the success. We are helping develop those who will take our place in the community down the line, and we need succession plans. We need to have top quality people achieving the most they can and help them do that. On top of that, I'm also in charge of our summer associate program in my firm. So I've had to bring in some really extraordinary young law students, and I'm overseeing the Houston offices. We have 3, and so for 10 weeks, and then one of them will actually be staying on as a law clerk as well. I It really gave me confidence in my ability to assess talent because they're really amazing. And I did that. So I'm like, they're my babies. I did this. But
Oh,
they really did it. They're the ones who are working. But it's fun seeing these young minds grow and develop and be a part of something. So I think that covers everything. Is there any
Thank
other
you.
questions?
No, no, no. Thank you so much. And we don't want you to be late
My lunch with
for
Judge. It's
your
at
lunch.
12:45, and I got 5 more minutes, maybe pushing the envelope a little bit. Wait a minute. Maybe I lied. She sent me a text, leaving the office now. I gotta go.
All right. Thank
So
you so
sorry,
much.
guys. Nice
Amy.
meeting you all. Thank you for scheduling this. I wish I had more time.
In the
And
future, we're going to come
and
back with you.
Sarah,
Okay.
what you do is awesome. Keep doing it. Congratulations being president. It does not appear they could have picked anybody better than you. And if you know Sanjay Sharma here, he's very active in the Rotary. He is one of
Oh,
the finest people I know. And if you don't know him, find him. And if you
okay.
do know him, you're lucky to know him. So
Okay.
bye, y'all.
Thank
Thank
you.
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye
Amy.
now.
I see Juan Carlos Rodriguez joined us as well. And glad that you did. You can show yourself and tell us about who you are and what you do. That would
How
be
do I
wonderful.
show myself? Good, good. Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Hi.
Good.
I cannot find my camera. I don't know where is it. I just see my microphone.
Gotcha.
I don't know what happened. I have two cameras and none is present. So, anyways. Okay. And despite of the fact you are avoiding psychological damage by looking at my face. So we are good then. So what I do is reestablish dignity and the workplace, communities, and people in general. So we use science-based tools, technology to uncover what people is really talented at, what are their motivators, how those motivators connect to a higher purpose, and in a business environment, how does they connect to a team and to the company's culture and purpose. So by doing this, by redignifying people, we enhance respect, trust, and as a result, collaboration, and as a collaboration, outstanding performance. We have done this with large manufacturing companies across the globe, 17 countries. Personally, I have lived in Brazil. I'm Mexican, American, Brazilian, and plus whatever other passport comes in on my way before I graduate. So
Mhm.
that's what we do at DS Leaders.
How long have you been a part of the Global Chamber? How did you find the Global Tribe?
I was a year and a half ago, and I don't remember, but it has been fun.
Well, good, good, good. Um, Thank you so much. And you know, it's a busy time. How do you find your the people that you or businesses that you support?
Mhm.
What type of connections are you looking for?
Thank you, Christopher, for the question. We are on organic client acquisition, so basically it's by referral. We work with companies who really appreciate and value their talent, and not just because they say so, but because they try to do so. So we have worked with manufacturing companies, technology companies, service companies. And the second question was, what kind of relationships are we looking for? People who like people to be developed and growth and mature and expand. So we have a social project that implies untapping talent from the most unexpected places, um, connect them to a sustainable job position, and that's what we are working on. So love to
Okay.
talk if you want to hear more.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I see the hand up of Virginia. Virginia, are
Oh,
you
yes,
unmuted already? Mm-hmm.
yes, yes. Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to meet you, Christopher, and of course, Sarah Lucy. It's amazing the work you are doing. I am from Dallas. I mean, calling from, I live in Dallas, but originally from Mexico City, and I'm one of the directors of the Employer Resource Center at Dallas College. And I don't know how familiar you are, but we are the largest community college in Texas, more than 120,000 students. So the job I do is pretty similar to Juan Carlos, but from the perspective of our students, we engage with employers on a daily basis, looking for our talent. We have more than 300 programs, number of certificates. We already have 3 bachelor's degree now. But the interesting part of I think we were very active with the Global Chamber a few years ago,
Right.
through one of my colleagues, Maria Bocalandro, but now we haven't been able to participate that much. In the past, I used to work for the Global Economic Development Office, but for
Oh,
whatever reasons during COVID time, they phased it out. But my background is 30 years in international business before I came to Dallas College. So I am the former Trade Commissioner of Mexico for Texas. And so I know the needs of the small businesses. I need the needs of the best talent to find. Nowadays, there are plenty of challenges in finding the right talent, and not because we don't have the talent. It's just because seems like some companies, the HR departments are completely a little bit of changing their way of finding talent with all the challenges in technology and AI and so forth. So talking to employers is very interesting because sometimes they do not. One thing is what they write in the job description, and another thing is what they're really looking for. So I
Right.
think that in that area is changing a lot in terms of the challenges that HR and recruiters are having in the actual marketplace. And also, on the other hand, the talent. I mean, we need to be, as an academic institution, very, very well aware of what's happening in the marketplace and to adapt as much as we can. We have, of course, all kinds of credentials and short-term credentials. And of course, the Department of Education is changing all the rules of engagement and completion for students, which for me, I do agree, because coming from also having an international consulting company in my past life, I know that, if you don't have completion plus a good salary, why are you coming to school? I mean, come on. And I think that that is very, in my opinion, is very good to make higher education accountable. And of course, the students as well. Why are you coming here? I think that is very important to really know the story behind all, because without education, you cannot have economic mobility at all in the communities.
That's right.
But anyway, that's just a little bit of what I do, but I'm very glad that I reconnected with the Global Chamber. I think that you have amazing members and incredible people with incredible stories. So.
Well, I have some questions for you, and I'm so glad that you joined us today. I lived in the Dallas area at some point, in the Anna community, McKinney community, and yeah, I think those are the two cities that I lived. And I have done some extensive work with our community college in San Antonio, the Alamo Community College District, which you're probably familiar with. Um,
Yes.
so, how do you view the demand for traditional degrees versus the demand for, say, occupations that are certified under the state, like our trades? And because you had mentioned about economic mobility being linked directly to education. And I think sometimes we try to put maybe we try to fill one basket with every person, thinking that everyone has to get a degree to be successful. But what is the community college's perspective on trade school?
Well, I think that, well, first of all, this is a very interesting question, because this is exactly the dilemma that I think most of the higher education institutions, mainly community college, are today. Dallas College has been we have been in business 60 years, and we have been super successful in all kinds of trades. Construction, HVAC, automotive is amazing. I mean, practically our students have a job even before they finish the associate's degree. What is challenging today is the other type of, associate's degree we have. The others in terms like, for instance, arts or marketing, or the ones that you sometimes need perhaps a little more of a certificate or an industry recognition. For instance, there is a lot of questioning about, what are you teaching theater? Why of 2 years? I mean, what can you do with 2 years, or what you can do with 2 years of learning how to do some kind of writing or in the arts or music or things like that? 2 years, perhaps someone will question, is not enough to give you a livable wage. What are you going to be ending doing? I mean, what, working with in a gallery and getting paid $12 an hour? I mean, there is a lot of now of, let's say, shaking of, in my opinion, of course, this is my opinion, in terms of what are the real jobs there that they're going to be giving you a real salary to to simply just to have affordable housing, affordable salary for you and your family. So
Right.
we are, I think that there are several things. I think that the revolution of AI is bringing maybe other type of opportunities for people that maybe in the past didn't have access. The second thing is that we have a lot of continuing education certificates, and that perhaps is part of the solution in terms of adult learners that maybe they need to upscale their skills to maybe reconnect and find another job. And on the other hand, for the young generation, definitely I do agree that you don't need to go to a 4-year degree college and get a lot of debt to be successful in whatever you do. Let me give you an example. We last year, the Dallas College initiated this initiative with industry partnerships, and we have 9 sectors where we call it next gen industry partnerships, where we launch these partnerships with all the groups of industry related to, we have all the way to aerospace, construction, healthcare, business finance, and so forth, and all these big industries related to where big programs we have. But the main reason of this partnership with industry is not only to know what are the needs in terms of talents, but also we have public partners as part of this initiative where if, let's say that we don't produce, I don't know, let's say certain type of, talent, we have, the high schoolers, we have university partners. And so we have public partners as part of this initiative. And the private sector is the one who's leading these groups. We are not. We are just supporting this initiative. And it has been very successful because it's helping us to really know the real needs. Talent pipeline, everybody talks about talent pipeline, but create a real talent pipeline is challenging. You know why? Because of the vocabulary we use. Sometimes the academic vocabulary is different than the business vocabulary. And in the business, it depends in which industry you are, because even your competition has different ways of describing the same position.
Wow.
So I
That's
think
good.
that,
That's good. You're right.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, it was a very long answer. I'm sorry.
No, no, perfect. Your answer actually has me thinking. Uh, in Dallas, you do have a very strong private sector that leads. I would say, no judgment. San Antonio has a city that's built around government, meaning our strongest businesses are really our government partners, whether it's Bexar County or the city of San Antonio, and everyone else leads goes from their leadership. So when we look at defining this pipeline in this market, we have a program called Ready to Work. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
you're familiar with,
Yes, 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 yes. Mhm.
but that might be comparable to your next gen partnership. Um, and it's still for me. I'm still trying to understand the nuances of um, a city trying to redefine itself by putting educational requirements, degrees in which we would love to have, but the foundations of the community to a certain point haven't been developed to whereas we're not a tech city, because in order to be a tech city, you have to have the foundations of math, science, in those types of things, which are really strong foundations for building that type of future. But I know where
Yes.
we want to go, and so that's why I was kind of thinking about when you were talking about the private uh, partnerships, the private firms really leading the charge to define what they need in order to be successful, as opposed to maybe a city or a county telling us what we need in order to be successful, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know what? I think that all the communities and mainly the poor communities are the ones who are having the largest challenges, because here in Dallas, of course, there's some sections of the city of Dallas, the metro area where they are low income people. They don't have industry around. Some real estate people don't want to invest there for whatever reasons. And then it's a big challenge for the municipality because they need to, of course, uh, create some kind of something there to avoid problems, simply social problems and all kinds of problems in those areas. So that is a big question for community colleges. How can we help these underserved communities? I mean, we have been approaching them. We have been trying to help them in creating some kind of training for them, but the training has to be connected also with the needs of the community, because if you're going to be training them in cybersecurity, but there is nothing around there
Right.
to travel and they don't have transportation or they don't have, as you said, the background required, but you can offer any kind of sophisticated certificate, but it's not for them. What about if you teach them how to become a welders? Or what about if you teach them, I mean, something more practical that is accordingly with the economic around the main economy around where they live. And this is a big challenge because for me, that is supposed to be in a joint effort with the city and the government, because who else is going to help? I mean, we can't by ourselves. We can bring these programs, but if nobody helps us with infrastructure, how are we going to do it?
Right. Yeah.
You are
Uh,
right.
Now, Sarah, did you have a comment?
Oh no, I
Okay.
was reading Thierry Levine's
Okay.
list. No.
Okay. Um, no, Virginia, I would love to circle back with you. Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Virginia
perfect.
Arteaga Hayes.
Yeah. So for all to know, I've been off of LinkedIn for about 2 months. My account was stolen.
Oh,
And thank God I have it back today. So I can now connect back with y'all on LinkedIn. And I also wanted to show you a recent article that I was reading. Let's see. Yeah, I was in a Beauty Spot magazine, and so the topic was why skilled trades continue to outperform four-year degrees. And this was looking at the beauty industries in terms of how they're actually producing more economic mobility in the markets. And they're probably overlooked within the respective cities within Texas. But this article was really talking about how skilled trades are experiencing a rise, and maybe we need to take note of it. So just wanted to share that with y'all. Um, and
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And you know what? As a matter of fact, we have these partnerships these partnerships are bringing us this, for instance, with the hospitals here, we have this agreement that they need nurses and technicians and so forth. And that's exactly what we're doing, creating a talent pipeline for the future. And not only for the future, practically for the present. We
mm,
work with these hospitals, and by the day they come to our career fair with our graduate students, all our students have practically a job there. So it's up to the student to apply and really, do the whole thing. But it's amazing. Thank you.
so this is my latest project, and I'd love for you all to subscribe. It's Texas Capital Report, and uh, you can Google it. But basically we're sharing all news Texas, and we're using a data-driven information transformation to intelligence type of view. So we can actually look at some of the things in which we've been studying over the years, numbers, to make things really make sense. But it's a new publication, and love for you to participate. You can subscribe for free. Just go to texascapitalreport.com, and it's pretty neat, if I may say so myself. Let's see. Um,
Juan Carlos has his hand up.
yes, go ahead, Juan Carlos,
Thank you,
please.
Sarah. Lucy.
You're welcome.
So yeah, number one, Christopher, I already signed. I am subscribed. I just subscribed to your website, so it looks really nice. Virginia, I'm really drawn to your conversation about talent. I mean, from the heart, um, the manufacturing industry alone, it won't be, will not be able to fulfill up to 2 million job positions in the coming 5 years. And it's not because we don't have people. We have pockets of the population who don't have access to formal education and will probably never have access to formal education. That doesn't restrain us from creating vehicles on which they can be understanding what they are extremely talented at. So there is this sense of um, pride on being who I am and what can I do with my talents and start seeking a new future, get trained and develop. So, Virginia, if we can circle back and we can connect, I'm here in Dallas. Well, just recently moved from Irving to Mansfield, but still Dallas Metroplex. So I'll love to connect with you and explore and understand what is the information you possess, exchange a little bit of my experience in the manufacturing and supply chain industry and see what we can do together. I'd love to connect.
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
hey,
Yeah, sure, sure. I mean, I put just you can find my profile in LinkedIn in Virginia Taylor Hayes, and I would love to connect with all of you. I mean, all of you have amazing stories, and I love the idea of working with you in any capacity. I think all of us have a common goal here is to help the community and to do something, whatever it is from our own positions. But I think I love that. Thank you.
and I would love to have you as our invited guest speaker. How about that? Because Virginia, your perspectives, not only your perspectives at the community college level, but you mentioned you have years of experience, global experience, and if we can do a Q&A and pick your brain and just have a couch conversation, that would be amazing because you're amazing. So can we
Oh,
do that?
thank you, thank you. Oh my God. Oh, yes, of course. You know what? The other day, yeah, no, count on me. And we can even talk about mentoring high schoolers. I work with some schools in Mexico and then bringing them to explore the US market, how to start their own business and how to, for me, one of the solutions of talent for me is not necessarily to work for a big corporation, honestly, is to
Hmm.
have your own business. I
Hmm.
had a nonprofit in the past to help women from Latin America, immigrant women, that they don't have resources, but they have their brains to start their own business. And that's the reason why many immigrant people have their own business because they don't have papers, they don't have a way to connect with anybody, but they are very successful. So entrepreneurship is another passion. And I think that if we promote that in these communities and giving them the resources, I mean, the resources meaning where to find capital, where to find whatever they want to do. And I think the entrepreneurship for me is part of the answer.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's so my wife gave a different model. She grew up on the west side of San Antonio, in probably the worst zip code in San Antonio, in the top two worst in San Antonio. And she said, for her, the pathway was very clear. Um, she said first she had to learn exactly, what it is that she wanted to do with her hands. Being able to do something and be able to make something or being able to be productive. And then she said she saw the pathway for her degree after that. And and I was like, hmm. And I think that the American model has been raise your children, have them to do good in high school, and then they go to college, and then they land a job. Well, that model doesn't necessarily work today because that model that we put a lot of hopes and dreams on, where every child is going to grow up to go to college, to come out and to get a job, is really an old model. Now, to be an entrepreneur, you have to be able to do something. And I'm just saying that this is been such a great conversation today that it reinforces the fact that we have to be able to enable people to be able to be productive where they are. And that may be at an earlier age. So these occupations and trades, plumbers, electricians, um, estheticians, barbers. I mean, you name it. There's something that's there that they can learn and do and make a wage, make a living for their family, and then still at the same time maybe agree that they would want to get a degree that can do more. I just don't see the promises of the degree today as maybe they were back in the times that I grew up and I saw people coming out of college getting jobs. But even those individuals who were taking computer science engineering today, they say are struggling to get jobs because of AI.
Yes,
So
yes, yes. But listen, I think that that's another subject, AI, how it's really impacting our lives and how we have to start putting boundaries ourselves, even ourselves, in terms of ethics and so many things. But that's another passionate subject. But entrepreneurship for me, I think that we can start even with high schoolers. I mean, there are many schools that they're already starting those programs. So,
that's right.
mhm.
Well, thank you.
No,
Hey,
thank you.
we're at the top of the hour, and we need to sign off. We have another Global Chamber meetup following ours. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for participating today. It's always good to come together in the global tribe. This is where we are productive. We do stimulate each other's minds. We're able to form partnerships that really last. I met Sarah Lucy back years ago, 2017-ish, 18, and she's still part of Global Chamber and now the president of the San Antonio South Rotary. And that's what growth is. You know, she started out as a deputy director for Global Chamber San Antonio, and now she's the president of a Rotary, leading people and changing lives. So thank you, Sarah Lucy, also for coming on today. Really appreciate the work that you're doing. I know that State Representative Josie Garcia was super proud to be at your meeting
Yeah,
and to join because you are creating a movement that is going to be powerful.
thank you. Yes,
So thank
pleasure.
y'all for all coming on again, and we're signing off now. But we'll see you next month. Bring someone else. And Miss Virginia, hey, we're looking forward to working with you. And Juan Carlos, thank you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Harry Levine, thank you for attending. And then, of course, Mila at Global Chamber Headquarters, thank you. I'm signing
Thank
off,
you,
Christopher.
Christopher.
All right,
Let's keep in touch. Thank you.
we will.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Bye bye.
Thank you for everything y'all are doing.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah.